baby doll, sweetie pie, sugar plum, honey bun, angel face, you know you better be good. And act like true fine love should. Be careful what you say and do, 'cause Santa Claus is watching you. He's everywhere, he's everywhere. You better kiss me and hold me tight, and give me good loving every night, 'cause you'll be sorry if you make me blue, 'cause Santa Claus is watching you. He's everywhere, he's everywhere. Well, you may think you can sneak around and get away with something, but there ain't no way, 'cause Santa's no fool, he's real super cool. He's the secret head of CIA. East, ass, and crime don't pay. You can't do nothing 'cause you're never alone. He's even got a white tap on your phone. So baby, if you ever do me wrong, break my heart and leave me alone. When Christmas comes, you'll be crying too, 'cause Santa Claus is watching you. He's everywhere, he's everywhere. Well, every Christmas Eve, he'd climb on his sled full of toys with the dual exhaust, side mirrors, the foxtails, mud flaps, and leopard skin seat covers, and spread Christmas cheer to all good little girls and boys. And it's the on Dasher, Dancer, and Prancer, and Vixen, Comet, and Cupid, and Donner, and Blitzen, and Bruce, and Marvin, and Leon, and Cletus, and George, and Bill, and Slick, and Do-Right, and Fred, and Ace, and Clyde, and Blackie, and and Prince, and Spot, and Rover. So where's Rudolph? Say he's on a stake out at your house. You can run, you can hide, but you can't get away. Got binoculars focused on you every day. So baby, if you ever do me wrong, break my heart and leave me alone. When Christmas comes, you'll be crying too, 'cause Santa Claus is watching you. He's everywhere, he's everywhere. Yes, Santa Claus is watching you. He's everywhere, Lord have mercy. Santa Claus has got his eyes all over you, baby. It's over for you. You better watch out. Woo. Look out there. Santa Claus is peeping around the corner at you. You're in deep trouble, you know that? It's over for your kind. You go sneaking around here, you ain't gonna get away with it, you understand? I mean, you got to be true blue through and through, 'cause Santa's gonna get you. Well, out in the country, we didn't have mortuaries, and so it was always customary for the undertaker to do his job and lay your kin out right there at home. Yeah, and the church would loan you folding chairs, and you'd have visitation and everything right there. But when the nighttime come, you'd have to sit up with the dead, 'cause it wasn't right to leave them alone. Well, the last time I set up was 65 when my old arthritic Uncle Fred died. He was 97, so stooped over, the mortician couldn't straighten him out. They used a logging chain to hold him down, covered that all up with a cape and a gown, and didn't tell nobody in the family, 'cause that's the kind of stuff folks just don't want to know about. Well, we were all sitting there, it was 3 in the morning, and then there come up a cloud of thunder, lightning, and storming. Well, that lightning flashed and that thunder clapped, and that chain round old Uncle Fred went snap, rattled and fell to the floor with a thump, and Uncle Fred just sat right up. And I ain't setting up with the dead no more. I don't know about you. No, I ain't setting up with the dead no more. No matter what you say or do, they say the dead can't hurt you 'cause they already left. But what they left can sure make you hurt yourself. And I ain't sitting up with the dead no more since the dead started sitting up too. Lord have mercy. Woo. so did everyone there. And there came a great parting of the folding chairs, and that preacher nearly knocked me down. He said, oh, I'm heading out that kitchen door. I hollered, Rev, that kitchen ain't got no door in it. He said, don't worry, son, it will have in a minute. And I ain't never seen so much jumping and shoving before. And then somebody stepped on the old cat's tail. He let out a scream, a screech, a wail, and to say the least, that howl didn't help to calm the situation down. And then that lightning flashed and that house went black, and I spoke to my feet. I said, boys, make tracks. And I went through that screen door, licking his split for town. Whoa! Well, I cut through the cemetery, fell in a hole. It was Uncle Fred's grave, and it was dark and cold. Yeah, the town drunk dug it, and he dug it too deep. And unbeknownst to me, he's still in there asleep. And I'm scratching and jumping, trying to get out of that hole. And he woke up and said, you might as well come over here and sit down beside me, boy, 'cause you ain't getting out of here tonight. But I did. And I ain't setting up with the dead no more. I don't know about you. No, I ain't setting up with the dead no more. No matter what you say or do, they say the dead can't hurt you 'cause they already left. But what they left can sure make you hurt yourself. And I ain't sitting up with the dead no more since the dead started sitting up too. Wasn't no sense in nobody sitting up with Uncle Fred anyhow. Uncle Fred dummy gonna sit up with his own self. Next time I'm just gonna send flowers. Yeah. Let me tell you about Ahab the Arab, the sheik of the burning sand. They had emeralds and rubies just dripping off of him, had a ring on every finger of his hand. He wore a big old turban wrapped around his head, scimitar by his side. And every evening about midnight he'd jump on his camel named Clyde and ride silently through the night to the Sultan's tent, where he'd secretly meet with Fatima of the Seven Veils, swinging his grade A #1 U.S. choice government inspected dancer in the Sultan's whole harem, 'cause him and her had a thing going, yeah. And they'd been carrying on for some time now behind the Sultan's back, and you could hear him talk to his camel as he rode out across the dunes. His voice would cut through the still night desert air, and he'd say, which is Aramaic for whoa, baby. And Clyde say, well, he brought that camel to a screeching halt in the rear of Fatima's tent. Jumped off Clyde, snuck around the corner, into the tent he went. There he saw Fatima laying on a zebra skin rug, with rings on her fingers and bells on her toes and a bone in her nose, ho ho. There she was, friends, lying there in all her radiant beauty, eating on a raisin, grape, apricot, pomegranate, bowl of chitlins, 2 bananas, 3 candy bars, sipping on an ice cold Coca-Cola, listening to her transistor and singing, does your chewing gum lose its flavor? Ahab walked up to her, looked down into her eyes, and tenderly he said, which is Aramaic for, let's twist again like we did last summer, baby. She looked up at him from off the rug, flapped them big old eyelashes, and she said, round and around and around and around and around and around and around. All of a sudden the Sultan walked in. Ahab knew that this was the end. Him and Fatima were caught by surprise, and the Sultan had fire flashing out of his eyes. Well, the Sultan charged at Ahab, intending to make a dent. in his head. But he fled with Fatima, and out of the tent they went. They jumped on Clyde, started to ride, cutting out across the sand, with a Sultan's whole army in hot pursuit. On and on they ran. Well, to make a long story short, they got away, because there wasn't no animal alive what could keep up with Clyde once he got started, because he was the fastest steed on the whole desert, babies. Anyway, they made it across the border where Ahab hocked all his rubies and emeralds and bought him a swinging little split-level pad, and they lived happily ever after. And that's the story about Ahab the Arab, the sheik of the burning sand. Ahab the Arab, the sheik of the burning sand.
Everything is beautiful in its own way, like a starry summer night or a snow-covered winter's day. And everybody's beautiful in their own way. Under God's heaven, world's gonna find a way. There's none so blind as he who will not see. We must not close our minds, we must let our thoughts be free. For every hour passes by, you know the world gets a little bit older. It's time to realize that beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder. And everything is beautiful in its own way, like a starry summer night or a snow-covered winter's day. Sing it, children. Everybody's beautiful, oh, in their own way. And under God's heaven, the world's gonna find a way. We shouldn't care about the length of his hair or the color of his skin. Don't worry about what shows from without, but the love that lives within. We gonna get it all together now. Everything gonna work out fine. Just take a little time, look on the good side, my friend. Straighten it out in your mind. And everything is beautiful in its own way, like a starry summer night Take the ribbon from your hair, shake it loose and let it fall, lying soft against your skin, like the shadows on the wall.
Hold it! I say, hold it, son!
Huh?
That ain't moving me! Let's put a little fire in it!
Take the ribbon from your hair, shake it loose and let it fall, lying soft against your skin, like the shadows on the wall. Come and lay here by my side till the early morning light. All I'm taking is your time. Help me make it through the night. I don't know what's right or wrong.
Order in the court! I'll have a cheeseburger!
I won't try to understand.
But that's easy for you to say.
Let the devil take tomorrow. Cause tonight I need a friend. Yesterday is dead and gone,
Ashes to ashes.
and tomorrow's out of sight.
Fuck out, dude.
Yeah, it's sad to be alone.
I can't stand it!
Let me make it through the night. Yes, it's sad to be alone.
I can't stand it!
Help me make it through the night.
Hold it! Well, now, I say that's more like it.
What do you say when there are no words? Feel a song that's never been heard. How do you know when you hear the call? What do you do when you've done it all? Cannonball, cannonball, cannonball. It's not what you do, it's how you do it. Be anything you want to be. It's not what you got, it's how you use it. You be you and I'll be me, it's just a matter of style. You can't fake it, mile after mile, feeling free. If you got the soul, you can make it. Move 'em out, let 'em roll, from sea to shining sea. Ball, cannonball. What do you do when the mountain is there? How do you answer the challenging day? And when your back's against the wall, what do you do when you've done it all? Cannonball, cannonball, cannonball. It's not what you do, it's how you do it. Be anything you want to be. It's not what you got, it's how you use it. You be you and I'll be me, it's just a matter of style. You can't fake it, mile after mile, feeling free. If you got the soul, you can make it. Move 'em out, let 'em roll, from sea to shining sea.
Now you children better watch your P's and Q's. Hang up your clothes and clean up your room. Do everything that you're supposed to do.
'Cause Santa Claus is watching you.
He's everywhere! He's everywhere!
Now you kids better behave. Get your homework every day and try to make good grades in school.
'Cause Santa Claus is watching you.
He's everywhere! He's everywhere!
Well, every Christmas Eve he climbed on his sled full of toys and spread Christmas cheer to all good little girls and boys. And Santa Claus say, on Dasher, Dancing, Prancing, Vixen, Common, Cupid, Donald, Blitzen, and Bruce and Marvin.
Say where, Rudolph?
Say, well, say he dislocated his hip in a twist contest and he's all stove up in the hospital. Yeah, but we've got a swinging replacement. Say we got the fastest steed from the sands of the Rainic Desert babies. Say we got Clyde the camel. And then he say, on Clyde, on you great camel. And Clyde say, which is camel for don't bug me, man. Say I'm pulling this sled fast I can. Over the trees, over the fences, through the sky, across the clouds, on the roof, click, clack, click, real quick.
'Cause here comes Jolly Old Saint Nick. Ho, ho, ho.
Now you children better be good and act like all good children should. Be careful of what you say and do.
'Cause Santa Claus is watching you.
He's everywhere! He's everywhere!
Well, every Christmas Eve he climbed on his sled with the dual exhaust, side mirrors, foxtails, mud flaps, and leopard skin seat covers.
Say, what have you got in your big bag for all the kiddies this year, Santa?
Say I've got apples and oranges, 170 ponies, 3,000 sets of drums, 7,000 comic books, and a do-it-yourself guitar course, complete with an 8x10 color photo of Bo Diddley, suitable for framing, yes. And with that, leaping on his sled and laying his fingers side of his nose, he pulled back on the reins, cracked the whip, and took off like the first stage of a Cape Canaveral rocket, headed straight for the ice and snowy regions of the North Pole, which is habitated and abounding in polar bears and penguins. Yes, and you could hear him explain as he drove out of sight. On Dashing, Dancing, Prancing, Vixen, Common, Cupid, Donald, Blitzen, and Bruce and Marvin. On Clyde, and Clyde say, which is camel for Merry Christmas, everybody.
He's free as the breeze, he's always at ease. He lives in the jungle and hangs by his knees as he swings through the trees without a trapeze in his BBD. He's got a union card and he's practicing hard to play the guitar. Gonna be a big star, yeah, he's gonna go far and carry moonbeams home in a jar. He ordered Chet's guitar course, COD, makes A and E, and he's working on B. Dig C and W and R and B, and me and a chimpanzee agree that one day soon he'll be a celebrity. Get it, get it, get it, get it out! Guitar man! He's a guitar man! He's all you can stand! Give him a hand, guitar man! He's got a girl named Jane with no last name, kinda homely and plain, but he loves her just the same, 'cause she kindles a flame and it drives him insane when he hears her sing. She really does her thing, it's her claim to fame. Come on, sing one, Jane.
Baby, baby, oh.
monkey, he likes to get drunky and sing boogie woogie, and it sounds real funky. Come on, your time, boy. Sing one, monkey. Here we go. Let's hear it for the monkey. Woo! On Saturday night they need some excitement. Jane gets right and the monkey gets tight, and their voices unite in the pale moonlight, and it sounds alright. Yeah, it's dynamite. It's out of sight. Let's hear it right now.
New girlfriend, she's hot from head to toe. I met her on the midway about an hour ago. I may not have a future and she may have a past, but the fortune teller read our palms and told us this could last. One good thing about her for sure that I know, she's a hoochie coochie dancer in this carnival show. She said, you gotta see me dance, see me do my thing. I was thinking, wow, I need to buy this girl a ring. She said her show was something I really had to see, and if I'd give her $50, she'd get me in for free. She said her mom is on parole, her dad's in Leavenworth. My buddies think I'm crazy, but hey, this just might work. So I asked my friend Budweiser, I said, Bud, what do you think? Bud said what he always said, well, first let's have a drink. There's one good thing about her for sure, we both know, she's a hoochie coochie dancer in this carnival show. And then we went behind the tent, and that's when I felt a thud. I woke up just lying there in the sawdust and the mud. Must have hit my head on something. You know, it's dark back here. No, officer, I ain't been drinking, well, just a couple of beers. The police found my wallet and my high school ring. I didn't know that they were gone. It's the darndest thing. I still feel kind of woozy from that corn dog that I ate. I think I'll go behind the tent and just sit back there and wait for my brand new sweetheart. She'll look for me, I know, 'cause she's a hoochie coochie dancer in this carnival show. Listen, officer, she was back there when I hit my head. She'll swear that it's all so. She's a hoochie coochie dancer in this carnival show.
Now you children better watch your P's and Q's. Hang up your clothes and clean up your room. Do everything that you're supposed to do.
'Cause Santa Claus is watching you.
He's everywhere! He's everywhere!
Now you kids better behave. Get your homework every day and try to make good grades in school.
'Cause Santa Claus is watching you.
He's everywhere! He's everywhere!
Well, every Christmas Eve he climbed on his sled full of toys and spread Christmas cheer Dancing, prancing, Vixen, Common, Cuban, Donnan, Blitzen, and Bruce and Marvin.
Say, where, Rudolph?
Say, well, say he dislocated his hip in a twist contest, and he's all stove up in the hospital. Yeah, but we've got a swinging replacement. Say we got the fastest steed from the sands of the Ramic Desert babies. Say we got Clyde the camel, and then he say, on Clyde, on you great camel, and Clyde say, which is camel for don't bug me, man. Say I'm pulling this sled fast I can. Over the trees, over the fences, through the sky, across the clouds, on the roof, click, clack, click, real quick.
Cause here comes Johnny old Saint Nick. Ho, ho, ho.
Now you children better be good and act like all good children should. Be careful of what you say and do.
Cause Santa Claus is watching you.
He's everywhere! He's everywhere!
Well, every Christmas Eve, he climbed on his sled with the dual exhaust, side mirrors, foxtails, mud flaps, and leopard skin seat covers.
Say, what have you got in your big bag for all the kiddies this year, Santa?
Say, I've got apples and oranges, 170 ponies, 3,000 sets of drums, 7,000 comic books, and a do-it-yourself guitar course, complete with an 8x10 color photo of Bo Diddley, suitable for framing, yes. And with that, leaping on his sled and laying his fingers side of his nose, he pulled back on the reins, cracked the whip, and took off like the first stage of a Cape Canaveral rocket, headed straight for the ice and snowy regions of the North Pole, which is habitated and abounding in polar bears and penguins. Yes, and you could hear him explain as he drove out of sight. On dashing, dancing, prancing, Vixen, Common, Cuban, Donnan, Blitzen, and Bruce and Marvin. On Clyde, and Clyde say, which is camel for Merry Christmas.